Uh, First off, Claire will be giving us a summary of what Youth and Philanthropy is, and after that, we will present the grant awards in detail. And then Mariah, our community volunteer, will share some of her insight on YAP in our group. Next, each of us will reflect on what YAP means to us individually. Finally, the CEO of United Way, James Brown, will close us off by talking about the impact of YAP. So for our student members, we have Christina from Dryden High School, Tiffany from Dryden High School, Claire from Ithaca High School, Joe from South Seneca, Naya from LACS, and Hayden from Lansing High School, and myself, and I'm from Dryden High School. And now I will hand it off to Claire to give us a summary of YAP.
Thank you, Mason. Hi, everyone. My name is Claire. In the Youth and Philanthropy program, our group of students has worked hard to educate ourselves on our community's needs and how we can best address them. Through the process, we have learned how to read grants, how much effort was put into writing them, and how we can debate how best to address them. As well as learning about the grant application process, we've also gotten to know each other as we've worked together. And I, as well as everyone else in this program, is very thankful for the opportunity to have our voices heard and make a real impact in our community. And finally, we want to thank you for your time and effort you've put into applying for a grant and bettering the community through your organization. And next, you'll be hearing from Christina and Naya.
Alrighty, so we're going to start with the Advocacy Center of Tompkins County and their Hopeline Phone Project. So this project was given a grant of $1,925 in order to fund the purchase of smartphones, up to 3 months of unlimited minutes for those phones, all of which will be used for survivors of domestic and/or sexual violence who have no other way of reaching remote services or emergency assistance.
This project was one that we all immediately agreed on the importance of and came to a consensus pretty quickly to fully fund it. In the application, you all clearly outline your use of the money, and since the phones can be used multiple times over the course of the years, we all agreed that it was a very important cause, and we're very glad to be able to help fund it.
Second, we have Catholic Charities of Tompkins and Tioga Counties with their Transportation Assistance Program. So this program was given a grant of $2,605 in order to assist the cost of transportation for those that need it, which comes to them in whichever form they may need it. So this includes car repairs, gas vouchers, and bus passes.
Since this program is one of the only last resort transportation assistance programs in our community, we felt like it was super important to fund it and make sure that people have access to transportation in dire times. And we're very happy to be supporting you all.
Third, we have the Family Reading Partnership with their Diverse Books for Bright Red Bookshelves program. So this was given a grant of $500 in order to purchase books that have more diversity and representation included in them, which reflects the goals of the organization and larger community.
We all really appreciated your mission statement and intentions with the money. And I don't want to speak for everybody, but I grew up going to the Bright Red Bookshelves, and I think it's super cool that you all are intending to have more representation in the books that kids have access to, because since they are free, it's really important to have, a variety of people represented in them.
Next, we have Food Net Meals on Wheels with their Blizzard boxes. So this program has been given a grant of $4,000 in order to fund the continuation of the Blizzard Box program, which provides boxes of food to vulnerable older adults who have difficulty maintaining adequate nutrition.
We all agreed that this was a super urgent and important program. And the application was very detailed, and it was clear that you all would use the money very responsibly. So we are very happy to support it again, since it's been successful in the past, and hopefully it will be again this year.
All right, fifth, we have the Free Science Workshop Animal Care Program. So this program has been given a grant of $2,970 in order to care for the animals that they currently have, which allows flexibility and funds for rescuing more animals in the future.
We all loved the personal testimonies that you all included in your application of the different relationships that kids have formed with the animals and the lasting impact that can have on kids. And we really appreciate how accessible it is to everyone. And we trust that the money will be used well. And hopefully with this money, you'll be able to care for the animals that you currently have and maybe even expand and get more. So yeah, excited for you all. Next, I'm going to be passing it on to Joe and Tiffany for the next 5 grants.
Thank you, Naya. Golden Opportunities is the organization behind the Go Mentoring and Tutorship program. The program provides one-on-one tutoring and mentorship to low-income students in the Ithaca City School District. We decided to award them with $2,000.
It's phenomenal that this program is looking to expand to so many more students, and especially as youth ourselves, we truly recognize how important guidance and mentorship is to all students.
The Ithaca Community Child Care Center and their project creating COVID supply boxes for the 251 children in their program. We decided to award them with $3,500.
We all really appreciated how clearly outlined this application was, and we love to hear about how successful it was last year and how positively it impacted all of the students, or all of the children, and are so glad to support it again.
Next, Cuba International is the organization that is behind the Quarter Acre for the People. This project provides land for racially oppressed, low-income, and food insecure families to farm onto. We decided to award them with $5,000.
The impact of this program throughout the community is so clearly outlined, and we severely appreciate how sustainable and attainable you have crafted it for all of the participants.
Next, the Discover Trail requested funds to help with the operation cost to help kids discover the trail in 2022. We decided to award them with $2,000.
Throughout school, we've all heard how positive this program has been from teachers and administrators. It's super well known, so utilized, and seriously has a positive impact, so we are so glad to support.
Lastly, Tompkins Learning Partners requested funds to help them purchase some more books for children. We decided to award them with $500.
We appreciate how specific the demographic is, and of course want to support childhood literacy. And then if you could all quickly give everyone a round of applause, all of our awardees.
All right, thank you all. So good evening, everyone. My name is Mariah Marnell. By day, I work at Tompkins Trust Company in the branch administration area. And in the fall, I spend my Thursday nights helping with the United Way Youth and Philanthropy program. I have been helping with this program for 10 years. And for 10 years, I have been continually impressed with the decisions the students make. As you have already heard, these students are exceptional. They were able to create an atmosphere of sharing and compassion in a virtual space. They listened to each other, they shared their thoughts, and they discussed hard topics. We were only able to meet in person one time, and yet I feel like there was still a connection made between them. I know, without a doubt, that they each learned something and will take something away from this experience to use in their futures. I appreciate each of you and your dedication to the work we did over the past few months. You guys don't know it, but you gave me chills on multiple occasions. Thank you. Now, we couldn't do this work without a very important piece of our puzzle. Brandy Remington did much more than be the United Way staff support of this program. She lifted all of us up and gave us the confidence to tell our stories. From day one, Brandy has empowered and challenged all of us to think about the bigger picture and what we can learn from each day. I am so glad that she was there to help share in this experience and to be the support that we all needed. In the spirit of Brandy and the impact that she has made on these students, they decided to share with all of you their what, so what, now what of Youth and Philanthropy 2021. For some background before they start sharing, At the end of each of our sessions, Brandy would request we reflect on the day's work by sharing our what did you do today that made an impact on you? So what? Why did that make an impact on you? And now what? How are you going to use what you learned in the future? The students wanted to take some time now to share those thoughts with you. Take it away, Mason.
Thanks, Mariah. So yeah, definitely taught me that there's a lot of good people and a lot of good organizations out there that put a lot of good energy in the world and help their community a lot, and they don't always get the same energy back. So going forward, I'll definitely make it a priority to commit myself and my time and possibly my money to different charities to give back to my community.
So I have learned a lot more about addressing my community's needs and really the importance of supporting organizations that I previously didn't really know very much about. I think it's so important that we understand how much work goes into applying for a grant and just really supporting our community. So in the future, I just want to help make sure that people know about all of these organizations and are just educated about the community.
Through this experience, I've learned a lot about grant reviewing and the application process, and also just like the needs of our community, because that's not something I had really taken a lot of time to consider before. And it was really amazing to be able to get involved in our community in a different way, kind of from more of like a outside facilitator perspective, rather than just being, another kid in the masses. So that it was really cool to be able to have some responsibility for what goes on in our community, rather than just being, seen as another kid, and just actually having like some power in the matter has been super amazing. And also just like I've gained a big appreciation just for all the organizations in our community, and I didn't really realize how many different kinds of organizations there were, and like the projects that are going on around here are very cool. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you all for all the stuff you've been doing, because it's really amazing, and I've been very glad to hear all about it.
So it was amazing learning about the process of making and reviewing grants. And I feel this is a process that is very important, but often overlooked until people have to make one. So now I'm able to use this new set of skills if I ever were to encounter a situation where I need to make or review grants.
I really enjoyed being able to help
Sorry, folks. Hayden's been having computer issues all session, but she's a trooper and she's stuck with us. Thanks, Hayden. Whoever was after Hayden can jump on.
I'm so incredibly grateful for the opportunity to participate in Youth and Philanthropy. It has allowed me to learn about the resources offered in our community, but ultimately has seriously provided me with the tools to seek and contribute to the welfare I might encounter in the future.
I am very thankful to have been part of this process and to not only learn about the taxing process of writing grants and all the effort that goes into it, but also to be able to experience the impact that even one person can make. Going forward, I think that everything that I've been a part of throughout the Youth and Philanthropy program has inspired me to keep working to help those around me, because it can always make a positive difference. I am now going to turn it over to James Brown, President of United Way of Tompkins County, for some closing remarks.
Thank you very much. This is a joy. It is a gift, and it is one that I greatly appreciate. All of us have things in our lives that we have to do, things that we want to do, things we don't want to do, but we still do them. And then there are the things that we just relish and things that lift us up, and we look forward to them. And we know that they will change us. We don't know how they will change us, but we know that they will add to our lives and make our lives richer, and become richer through the actions of others and the work that they are doing, and the actions that they're taking to strengthen our community. And that's what Youth and Philanthropy does. Some of you've heard me talk about the origin story. And that was a gift. When I worked for the United Way in Colorado, a donor came to me and said, we need to involve youth, create a program. And I just happened to be sitting in the United Way chair at the time. It had nothing to do with me. And when I came here, that donor happened to have a relationship with Roy Park and Joanne Florino at the Park Foundation at the time. And they said, can we replicate this here? And we were afraid. We didn't know what would happen. And so after about 2 months, 3 months of planning, Joanne said, we're going to go forward. I don't know if we're going to succeed. So to help United Way not lose face, to save face if it doesn't work, we're going to call it a pilot. So if it doesn't work, we'll just say it was a pilot, we tried, and people won't be disappointed, upset, and United Way will still be in a good light. That trust, and along with Joanne, Mr. Park. Mr. Park has been just a strong supporter of this program behind the scenes for 20 years. When the foundation split and Triad was created, he gave up his participation in the program for several years. And then when the opportunity presented itself, he brought it back. He became involved again, and it moved to Triad. So we're very grateful for those relationships. But the pride and the joy and what lifts me up from this program is not the origin story, not what role that I've ever had in it. Although one of the hardest things to do was to walk away from it, but it's just had to happen. It was no longer my job. It had to be handed off. And we've been just fortunate to have just a range of outstanding people lead this program. And it's very special. And I am most appreciative of Brandy for her leadership and for having this be her last formal United Way project. It means a great deal. And so Brandy, I thank you, and thank you, Mariah. As Mariah said, she's been a part of this for a decade, and she's been a part of other youth efforts within United Way, and she has been a champion for youth in our community and their voices, and making it a difference for United Way and in the community. But this program is strong because of the students. Every year, the students have brought new visions, new ideas, new thoughts, and every year it has changed our organization. So this program has changed United Way, an established organization that's been in the community for 100 years. 80 years in, the youth of our community changed United Way, and that change lasts until today. And so people are the key. And when I think about this program, I will be brief because I know I'm at the end and I'm keeping everyone from the rest of their evening. But I just would like to share, a quote from a philanthropist and legendary investor, Warren Buffett, who said, surround yourself with people that push you to be better. No drama or negativity, just higher goals and motivation. Good times and positive energy. No jealousy or hate, simply bringing out the best in each other. And that's what students have done through this program for United Way in our community for 20 years. And so it is a gift. I am grateful to have been a part of, to see it, because each year I get further and further away from it. But I am just so happy to be a part of this. And to the students, thank you for joining this. You volunteered to be a part of this, to take this on. You have full lives. You have so many things going on. You found time to build this into your lives, and you have changed the community. And that's not hyperbole. Your people's lives will be stronger. People will be healthier. In some instances, and it's not drama, some people's lives will be saved. And it's because of your actions. So I can say nothing more. I can say a whole lot more, but I will stop. and say thank you very much. It has been a gift that you've given United Way, you've given our community, and certainly selfishly you've given me. So thank you very much.
Thank you, James. Appreciate it. So this concludes our program this evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us and for listening to what we had to say. It was really nice to see some of your faces and have you guys join us this evening. Have a wonderful holiday season.